Top 10 secret military projects that you didn't know about. Military projects have existed since the birth of humanity for the reason that human beings have been at war since their existence. But there are some projects that were secret for many years for various reasons, and some that are actually open secrets. Today I present to you the top 10 military projects you didn't know about. So do not take off the screen, and in minutes you will discover them. Before starting the video, I invite you to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. Without further ado, let's start with the video. Number 1. Inflatable tanks in World War II. Obviously now it is one of the best known anecdotes of this ancient war, but at the time the Germans had no idea what was going on, so the secrecy was quite effective for a while. To distract the Germans weeks before D-Day, the Allies used inflatable military tanks to push enemies back, dropping bombs in appropriate places. This project was a complete success, and it didn't cost that much money. Without a doubt, military intelligence beats any technological innovation, only sometimes. Number 2. Operation Wrath of God. The Mossad is one of Israel's intelligence agencies responsible for intelligence gathering and covert action. This agency devised a plan to assassinate all those who were involved in the bombing of the Munich Olympics in 1972, which killed 11 members of the Israeli Olympic team. Although Israel had historically targeted the leaders of organizations such as Fatah, the Palestine Liberation Organization, and the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, the frequency of such assassinations by Israel increased dramatically following the Munich massacre. It is said that this project actually began and lasted approximately 20 years in operation, and who knows the number of deaths it left in its wake. Number 3. Condoms were considered as a Cold War weapon. In the 1950s, the CIA helped finance a project in which anti-communist pamphlets were to be placed in condom balloons to be dropped across Europe to avoid the Red Advance. They also devised a plan to dump extra-large condom boxes in communist countries and classify them as small or medium to lower the morale of their enemies. Clearly, the plan was not carried out due to its ridiculousness, but if it was, could it work? Perhaps it was going to be an inept waste of resources. Number 4. The CIA produced a porn movie. If the above seemed irreverent to you, hold on to your chair, because when the communists advanced in the Cold War towards Indonesia and joined ties with its president, the CIA carried out a military project to produce a porn movie performed by an actor from Los Angeles, and that he should wear a mask similar to President Sukarno. Apparently the project was made, but it was not distributed, rare coming from such a Puritan era. Undoubtedly a curious project to say the least. I will no longer see the CIA with the same eyes. Number 5. MK Ultra. But now we get serious. This goes out to the conspiracy buffs, but it was really a secret declassified by the CIA. The MK Ultra was a secret project that was carried out between 1953 and 1964, which consisted of conducting tests with real people to perform hypnosis, psychiatric techniques, tests with LSD, among other drugs, in order to control the human mind. Since it was the Cold War against the Soviet Union was in vogue and the government needed an effective tactic to beat them. In the year 1973, Richard Helms, director of the CIA in those years, ordered that all reports related to MK Ultra be destroyed, since many media were investigating the matter. One of those files was able to be saved from destruction and specified much of what was going on. In 2001, several secret documents about the project were declassified, giving plausibility to all existing theories. Number 6. The U.S. Camel Corps. State-of-the-art aircraft, heavy tanks, weapons of mass annihilation? None of that. Some camels are better. This project failed due to its ridiculousness, but it may have had some success. The project began in 1858 in the midst of the Civil War after Secretary of War Jefferson Davis imported a herd of several dozen camels from North Africa and Turkey. He believed that the camels would be successful since these animals could go days without drinking water and were excellent, durable means of transportation, not to mention that they could support heavy loads like weapons, among other things. This project later did not have any support, and the camels obtained were auctioned to the neighboring circuses to replace expenses. Others were simply released. Can you imagine a present that instead of horses there were many more camels? It would be really crazy to see. Number 7. Secret Berlin Tunnel. Once again, another anecdote from the Cold War. In this period, the CIA ordered a secret tunnel from the Berlin side that would reach the vicinity of Russian territory. This was for wiretapping and James Bond-style spy stuff. This plan the Russians knew from the beginning, as a British mole named George Blake had informed the KGB of what was happening. It was a long time that the Russians pretended to be spied on until they accidentally discovered the plan and blamed the West for carrying out ridiculous acts of gangsters. Eventually, the mole was discovered and he was sentenced to many years in prison, but he soon broke free and escaped to Russia. What a happy story. Number 8. Project 1794. An actual flying saucer? Project 1794, built by the U.S. Army Air Force, wanted to test the possibilities of creating a supersonic aircraft capable of exceeding incredible speeds to defeat Soviet forces. Unfortunately, this plane was very unstable, since although it far exceeded the speed of the planes at the time, it was very difficult to handle due to its design. His short was around $3 million, which in today's dollars we would not be talking about little money. A pity that it was a failure, but at least we know that flying saucers existed, or at least these were created by humans. Number 9. Operation Condor. In the heat of an alleged wave of socialism in Latin America, Henry Kissinger, President Richard Nixon's Secretary of State, devised a plan to put all Latin American countries at bay. Then one by one he began to overthrow governments at the hands of liberal leaders or anti-communists, which implemented hundreds of thousands of deaths and having a population in fear for decades. This plan was called Project Condor. The dictatorship of Alfredo Stroessner in Paraguay was the longest in the region between 1954 and 1989, and the last to end his power was Augusto Pinochet of Chile in 1990. Without a doubt, one of the bloodiest secret projects and one of the least is spoken. Number 10. Operation Underworld. This military espionage operation consists of the FBI and intelligence community organizations making deals with members of organized crime, Italian mafias among others, beginning during World War II and going back at least to the Nixon administration, which had allowed them to operate mostly immune to any federal interference, as long as they conduct occasional intelligence, collection operations, robberies, and the occasional assassination, including several failed attacks against Fidel Castro. Even this is still something secret, since the authorities did not give an answer to this mystery, and I very much doubt that it will be resolved, since it would be a very shameful secret. So far we've come with this video. Now tell me, what is the military secret that has impressed you the most? Which one do you think would be real? Leave me your opinion below in the comments, and if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more similar videos, and activate the notification bell so that YouTube notifies you when we upload a new video. We upload videos every week. Don't miss it. You will not regret it. Will not regret it.